Hey guys, Resurfing here. Today I'm going to be trying out Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Uh, I've been interested uh, in the Deus Ex games for a bit, but never got the chance to actually play one. And it's one of the ones for PS Plus members this month, so it's a good time to try it. I don't know why I keep having trouble saying Deus Ex. I can say the whole phrase easily, but just saying those two words, I have trouble. Options. I remember from what I know about this is about choices more than anything. Yeah, okay, I'll do that later. Alright, story. New game. We'll go with the way the game was designed to be played. It's probably be smarter if I said give me a story, but I'm going to do give me a challenge. Yeah, we're just going to go with Mankind Divided. You know what? Yes, I would like to watch the recap video.
The year was 2027. Advances in biotechnology were helping people improve their physical and mental abilities to an amazing degree. Provided, of course, they had enough money. A new breed of people was emerging, half human, half machine. And in Detroit, at least, not everyone was happy to see it. I'd just landed a job as head of security at Sarif Industries, a cutting-edge biotech firm. David Sarif himself handpicked me for the job, said he needed me to keep his people safe. My ex, Megan Reed, was one of them. Brilliant neuroscientist, Megan had found a way to make augmentation safe and affordable for everyone. All she had to do was present her research to Congress. But the night before her big meeting, my security measures failed. A team of Black Op mercenaries stormed into Sarif headquarters, massacring everyone in sight. 3 of the mercs were heavily augmented walking tanks. Their mission? Take out Megan and her team. I tried to stop them, but their leader tossed me through a plate glass wall. Last thing I heard as his bullets slammed into my brain was Megan's dying scream. I should have died with her. Only I didn't. High-end military-grade enhancements saved my life. The best augmentation Sarif's money could buy. Took me half a year to get a feel for her. Should have taken longer. But 6 months into my recovery, Sarif Industries was attacked again. This time, by a radical group of pro-human purists. Violent, militant, and fanatically opposed to human augmentation. They claimed to be members of Humanity Front, a non-profit organization that wanted the UN to limit biotechnology research. The thugs broke into Sarif's factory and found machinists working overtime on a top-secret military augment called the Typhoon. Sarif sent me to retrieve it, and when I did, I found one of the so-called purists next to it, wired with cerebral implants, trying to download its classified specs. Obviously, something more was going on. The AUG killed himself before I could question him. Sarif ordered me to dig deeper, so with the help of Frank Pritchard, Sarif's head of cybersecurity, I did. Turns out a second hacker had been controlling the AUG's actions from somewhere off-site. Pritchard and I tracked his signal to a secret FEMA internment camp in Detroit. The Black Op mercenaries were there. The same mercs who'd left me for dead 6 months before. Figured they'd try again when they saw me. Wasn't so easy for them this time. They took out the tank named Barrett. Even got him to give me a new lead. A penthouse apartment in China. Of course, we both knew it would be a trap in the end. Hengsha Island, China. Home to a city so crowded, they had to build a second city on top of it. Trying to find clues in Hengsha wouldn't be easy. Lucky for me, I wasn't alone. Farida Malik, Sarif Industries' ace pilot, had lived in Hengsha before. A good person to have on your side. She knew enough about the place to get me around. Malik dropped me in the lower city, close to the penthouse Barrett had told me about. Bell Tower Associates, a private security firm under contract to the Chinese government, had agents tossing the suite when I arrived. Just not for the reason I'd been expecting. Turns out the man who lived there was a criminal hacker named Van Bruggen. The same hacker who'd been remotely controlling the AUG in Sarif's factory. Van Bruggen's panicked decision to force the man to commit suicide had been a mistake. Now his mercenary partners were gunning for him, and I needed to find him before they did. Locating Van Bruggen meant playing nice with the Triads, Hengsha's organized crime lords. They had the hacker holed up inside a low-rent capsule hotel. By the time I found him, Van Bruggen had no qualms giving up the woman who hired him. Zhao Yunru, president of the Taiyang Medical Corporation. According to Van Bruggen, Zhao wanted to monopolize the augmentation industry and had hired Black Op mercenaries to destabilize her competition. Sarif Industries was at the top of her list. To prove this, I needed to get inside TYM and grab a surveillance hologram off a server. I suspected Van Bruggen was hiding something when he told me this, but nothing could have prepared me for what I saw. Megan wasn't dead. She and her 4 best researchers had been kidnapped, spirited away somewhere while their kidnappers made it look like they were dead. Desperate to learn more, I confronted Zhao in her penthouse. She claimed to be a pawn in a bigger plan, and hinted at a group so powerful it controlled global interests at a whim. Then she slipped into a panic room and hit the alarm, forcing me to make a very quick exit. I figured Zhao was lying, but part of her confession made sense. David Sarif had been worried about his people. So worried, he'd required all of them to have subdermal locator devices surgically implanted. The GPOs would have been broadcasting the day of the attack. But Zhao said a single call to Picus, the world's leader in global 24-hour satellite news, had turned those signals off. I needed to fly to Picus headquarters in Montreal if I wanted to learn more. Eliza Cassan, Picus Communications' First Lady of News. Malik thought I was reaching when I told her Eliza was involved in this. The world's most famous news anchor, working with a mercenary hit squad. But when I confronted Cassan in her office, she freely admitted to jamming Detroit's satellites the night Megan's team had been taken. Said she's just been following her commands. I suspected she wanted to say more. But Black Op mercenaries showed up looking to shut us both down. And just like that, the Eliza I'd been talking to disappeared. The mercs were led by an augmented killer I'd crossed paths with twice before. Fedorova, a woman who'd made silence her best friend. She waited for me to track Eliza's transmission to a secret server room underneath the Picus complex, then jumped me from behind. A deadly fight ensued. I made sure she never moved silently again. With Fedorova down and no one left to keep Eliza quiet, she reappeared. Turns out Picus's First Lady of News wasn't a lady at all. She was a sophisticated AI program, engineered to monitor data streams and control what people believed. Eliza told me the mercs had brought in a Humanity Front doctor named Isaiah Sandoval to remove the scientist's implanted tracking devices while Detroit's satellites were down. She also told me to speak to David Sarif if I wanted to learn more. By the time Malik and I got back to Detroit, tensions between normal and augmented citizens had reached a flashpoint. Riots were breaking out in several cities, and the UN was being urged to intervene. Sarif was trying hard to convince Hugh Darrow, the inventor turned philanthropist who'd once been a leading proponent of enhancement technologies to help stop a possible regulatory vote. Sarif had a lot riding on Darrow. Megan's discovery would have given millions of people the chance to evolve beyond their normal human abilities, and at the same time catapulted Sarif Industries to the top of the Fortune 500. According to Sarif, Megan's kidnappers knew this, and didn't want people evolving unless they controlled how it was done. He called his enemies Illuminati, and urged me to keep searching. Determined to do so, I tracked down Sandoval via America's most outspoken augmentation opponent, Bill Taggart, Sandoval's boss and founder of Humanity Front. Sandoval admitted to operating on Megan's team when I confronted him, but said he hadn't removed their GPLs. He'd merely switched them to a different frequency. Pritchard was able to trace one of the signals to China. Malik and I immediately took off in pursuit. Unfortunately, the Illuminati were one step ahead. Ambushed. Shot out of the sky by Bell Tower Associates, seconds after entering Hengsha's airspace. Malik's piloting skills saved me. After a tense and bitter struggle, I escaped into Lower Hengsha. The tracking signal I was following led straight to the Triads, or more specifically, to the augmented arm of Tong Si-hung, leader of a gang of augmentation harvesters. Tong said they'd taken the arm off a corpse, which Bell Tower had left at their door, meaning at least one of Sarif's scientists was dead. Maybe not the rest of them, though. Tong pointed me to a port used for human trafficking and helped me slip aboard a Bell Tower ship. It was sailing to Rifleman Bank Station, a military base in the South China Sea. Bell Tower was holding kidnapped civilians as prisoners there, and using them to perfect the Hyron Project, a human-computer interface that left most of its test subjects dead. My search for Megan would have ended then, if not for a mysterious ally named Quinn. In exchange for my help exposing Bell Tower, he slipped me aboard a second ship headed to Singapore, and an Illuminati-run biotech facility called Omega Ranch. 3 of Sarif's scientists were there, forced by their captors to create a technology capable of remotely shutting down augmented abilities. Thanks to an emergency recall notice issued by the World Health Organization, millions of people all over the world already had the biochip installed. With the help of the scientists, I tracked Megan to a private section of the ranch. There, I ran into Yaron Namir, the walking tank who'd put a bullet in my brain the first time we met. He'd teamed up with Zhao and was hoping to catch me off guard. Their little ambush didn't work. I found Megan in a suite belonging to Hugh Darrow, the billionaire philanthropist who'd Sarif had called on for help. Darrow had convinced her to go along with the biochip plan by promising to sabotage the tech. As she was explaining this, Darrow appeared in a global broadcast, telling the world that augmentations would be the death of mankind. Then he activated the biochips to prove his point. All over the world, augmented people flew into a killing frenzy. Darrow had betrayed everyone, and it was up to me to set things right. To do it, I had to reach Panchaea, a massive installation in the Arctic Ocean. As I raced through corridors built by an all-augmented workforce, I saw death and destruction firsthand. By the time I shut down Darrow's broadcast, I knew the damage he'd done. Still, humanity's future remained unclear. How would the world react to this sabotage? Would people ever regain their faith in augmentations again? What would be the Illuminati's next move? Only time could give us the answers.
Okay, wow. I did not know most of that story.
I once thought I could save the world. Now look at it.
In In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Details recovered from the black box recorder suggest that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent history.
Sometimes, you just have to let go. And embrace what you've become.
Not gonna go all wonky on us now, Hansa, are ya?
Well, if I do, McCready, I guarantee you'll never see it coming.
Agent Jensen! Am I gonna have a problem with you?
No, sir. No reason to assume you would.
Good. Because you are the only augmented operative on this team, and I intend to make good use of you.
Listen up, all of you.
We got a sandstorm barreling down our ass and we can't afford to make mistakes. We're going after this man, an arms dealer named Shepard. He's ex-Bell Tower, one of the Special Forces commanders who disappeared during the incident.
And he's come out of hiding. That cannot be good.
It's not. He's selling weapons and military-grade augments to terrorists. This is Aran Singh, the undercover agent who lured Shepard out of his hole. Best you see Interpol's got. For 3 years he's worked hard to get in tight with the Jinn, an Iraqi smuggling cartel that's infected the Eastern Hemisphere like a plague. Last week, our arms dealer sent a message to the Jinn, offering to sell them a shitload of black market merchandise dirt cheap. They told Singh to handle the buy.
They're not gonna like it when Interpol disrupts their party. Singh's cover really that good?
It is right now. We need to keep it that way. This is where the deal's going down. A half-finished high-rise hotel that's been abandoned ever since the incident. It's not a pretty picture inside.
Let me guess. Most of the laborers were augmented with heavy-duty industrial rigs. So when the incident hit, and they all went schizo, things got gruesome real fast.
And no one, except for some homeless junkies, have been inside the place ever since.
So what's the plan, Director?
Singh's meeting Shepard on the ground floor, inside the hotel's main atrium. He sent the bulk of his Jinn crew to the penthouse levels to secure a vantage point. I want McCready's team to take up positions overlooking the atrium and make the arrest. Jensen, you're going in solo from the roof.
My objectives?
Keep the Jinn from joining the party. As far as we can tell, only one route connects the atrium to the penthouse level, a halfway decent elevator shaft. Here. I want you to block access to it.
Fine. Just cut me loose.
Do you plan on relying solely on your augments for this one? I'd recommend taking a little hardware, just to be sure.
We've got a UC in there. Might be easier to maintain his cover if he's not the only one still breathing when this is done.
Smart thinking.
Yeah, but if anything does happen to him, you'll be telling his wife. After you get out of the hospital, of course.
What about range? There's lots of wide spaces and high ceilings in there, but a number of tight and constrained rooms too.
So it's a crapshoot, really.
Never was one to play the odds. Give me something I can use up close.
You got it. One last thing, Jensen. Singh said the Jinn are using some sort of portable Wi-Fi device to boost communications. He's got a better chance of maintaining cover if you disable it.
We'll keep an eye out for it. But aren't we on the clock here? You said there's a sandstorm moving in.
There is, and we got the intel on this mission at the very last minute, so we're scrambling a little. If it comes to it, your #1 priority is keeping the Jinn out of that atrium.
Copy that.
Time to put away your heavy thoughts, gentlemen. We're approaching the target building.
You're up first, Jensen. Let's do this.
Task Force Actual. This is Knife Leader. Engage Hush drives and descend to Angels 1-5.
Team leader, this is Jensen. I'm on the roof.
Solid copy. Move into the building. The access route you need to block is at the far end of the penthouses. And keep in mind, the direct route might not be the easiest one.
Roger that.
McCready will advise once his team is on the ground. Miller out.
Okay. First things first. Probably under audio. I want subtitles on. And good to know that I can change difficulty at any time. Cancel. Search. Oh, press search. Okay, got it. Credit chip. Okay, I'll take that. Well, I guess that's money. Sprint, that's an odd one. Ouch. Obviously this is where I need to go. Okay, I'm doing what you said to do. It doesn't work. No, that's not it. Okay, apparently it's very, very sensitive. Vent. Okay, this must be the ladder.
Jensen, we're moving through... Oh, fuck!
What's wrong?
The Jinn have got a few Jennies up and running. We're gonna have to hack keypads.
You should enjoy it, McCready. They have colors and shapes. Just remember, red means bad.
Fuck you.
I think we'll enjoy these interactions. I'm hoping nothing happens immediately to that guy. That's not what I do. Okay, that's more than enough space. Next to John. Okay, pretty standard there. Crouch. Back up. L3 to open the inventory. Okay. That was also happening when I was holding R3 earlier. I'm not sure why. Selected with L1. Selected with L and press L1 to assign. Okay. I'm guessing this is smart vision. Mission highlights elements you can interact with. Okay, well we're gonna grab this and throw. No? Thought that would work. I see there's someone on the other side there. Ah, I see. That's what that battery is. Okay. I did not see that body there. Alright. They're over there. Do I need to... No? Okay, it's a jump. Got it. Okay, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. This is what I was trying to do. It's embedding their stuff here. Okay. So that turned on the generator. It'll take a while to guess to say it wasn't actually safe to go through there. I have no idea what I'm doing here, as you can probably tell. Ah, I need to stop doing that. Wait, what's this? Oh, never mind. I thought it was something else. Okay, so I need to restore power to the keypad, but I don't think I'll be safe if I do. Entry? Just being sure. Alright, so this will definitely restore power. Yeah, I kind of guessed that. How do I get up then? Oh, duh, there's a hole right there. I'm an idiot. Stop that. Stop that. Alright. Oh no, I can't do that. That won't work. Let's see. What do I do about the electrical hazard? As far as I could tell, there was no way to actually move that. it up. I don't know what it does. Alright, let's see. Biocell. Yeah, that doesn't help me. Don't think there's a way to move this. Need to stop activating the gun while I'm not trying to. Let's see. Okay, so that was Connor Banks. Meeting email from Where's Nori? Connor, our investors are getting nervous. Some of them have begun to seriously consider cutting their losses and pulling out of the project. Hell, if it was my money, I'd do the same thing. I'm fairly certain that the Desert Jewel is not going to be completed by the delivery date. And I'll have to remind you that this would be the 5th time we've missed a date and what that will mean. I need a way out before Wahab Tahir sinks. I need your help, Connor. Can you meet me? I'll be in New York on the 10th. Where's Nori, project manager, Wahab Tahir Construction. That was probably set just before things went to hell. That's not gonna work. What is this? Is this something I can do anything with? I feel really, really stupid. Purple toolbox, that's not going to help me. Yes, I know I need to restore power. I'm trying to figure out a safe way to do it. Gotta be a way to fix that. That's not helpful. A weird bit of lag there. Not sure what that autosave is about. This issue. I could have been jumping on the lights, it's not the answer. stop. Alright, I need to... That works. It was incredibly obvious. That works. Alright, crouch. Oh, I was already in crouch. Oops. Okay, so that's the electric hazard. I can completely bypass it. Good. Did not mean to do that. Okay, I guess I have to hack. Yeah, I'm going to need to see that. Okay, so green is the goal. Navigate the system by capturing nodes using the X button. Higher nodes take longer to capture and have higher detection percentages. You have limited time to complete your hack before being locked out. So... Okay, I feel dumb. So, capture? Is that how this works?
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Okay, that was more difficult than I expected. I know you're in here. Follow the green holograms to receive tutorial instructions about various game mechanics. Experiment without any consequences. Okay. What about moving to cover, cover swapping? Okay. Yeah, let's do tutorial mode. Alright, press L3 to take cover. I assumed that by accident earlier. Aim at the cover next to green hologram with R. Press X to move. Oh. Okay. Green hologram. Oh, there you are. I don't think I did that right, but at least it allows me to play around a bit. Definitely did not do that one right. Cover next to the green hologram. Press X. Okay. Sorry, this is going to take a bit just because I'm learning here. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Definitely not what I'm trying to do. Okay, hold to round corner.
راح يكون من الافضل إليا نجيب اسلحه جديده.
Next off ramp, press X to run out of cover and back into first person. Exit. Obviously, I'm not going to be good at that. We're just going to go with what I know. Got it. Starting to understand how this works. Okay, I don't want lethal. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Alright.
ما فيش وقت.
Take down some energy costs, not available with the minimum energy costs. Specials not full. Noise takedowns are less noisy, so as for service is lower. However, NPCs can eventually be woken up by allies. Open up the quick inventory. Regain energy. Energy is the left one. Got it. Ah, so that's what those are. Okay. Yeah, I had it. That's what happened. Okay, let's see where it last saved me. It's going to take getting used to, but I do like this. Okay. So it takes me back to where I was doing that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to end here for now, but I will be playing more of this. And I will be recording this. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great time wherever it may be. Bye, guys.